Well, you know where I am. I'm at the Peppermint. I'm in Las Vegas having a fabulous time. My guests today have been really a little bit different, but they've been fabulous, absolutely wonderful. But we seem to have got into a doggy theme, which always seems to happen with my shows. When I have one person on, we talk about dogs, and now you definitely are into dogs because
I am.
This is Baxter, right?
Well, it's a mini-me of him,
It's a mini-me of Baxter. And these are the books. It says Baxter, Return to Imagination. Imagination Land. What is this book?
So this is actually a coloring and activity book.
Okay.
My first book was called Baxter Goes to Imagination Land, and
That's this book?
Yeah, I created that book. It's for kids ages 3 to 6.
3 to 6.
Yeah.
Lovely.
It's all about creativity, kindness, and adventure. I think it's really important to encourage kids to
By the
do
way,
that
this
at a
is
young
Jennifer.
age. Oh, hi.
If I didn't introduce her, this is Jennifer. We kind of got into conversation real fast. And now Baxter is your dog.
He is.
That we have some photographs of with you on our Facebook page. So where did Baxter come from? What is this? Where did it all start originating from?
So I actually adopted him from a friend who got him for her mom, and they couldn't keep him, so he got to come live with me.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah, I got him
Were
as
you
a
part
puppy.
of the family?
No, as a friend. And
Just a friend?
Yeah, just a friend.
Okay.
And then he just became part of my family, and so he's a lot of fun, and he's super sweet and just a perfect
Because
character.
you kind of revolved your life around him.
Maybe not my whole life,
Not the whole life, but the majority of it, because you've kind of sort of taken on this Baxter thing for children.
Yeah, so he makes a really good character for the book series. Kids love dogs, and
Yes, they do.
It's been a really good kind of candidate for that message.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you ever take him to schools or anywhere, sort of giving lectures and different things? You do?
Yeah.
What's
so
the reaction of the kids? Because I know I did a couple of school things. I found the kids were falling asleep in class.
Oh no!
And I thought, I must be awfully boring.
Oh, well, when you bring a dog, they perk right up.
There you go. Well, next time I'll take a dog with me.
Yeah. So it's
funny.
a lot of fun. Yeah, kids are funny because I was actually talking with one of your other guests before the show. They just have no filter.
No.
So I read the book to them. I talk. Sometimes we do a little activity together, and then I let them ask questions. And sometimes the questions that I get are like, so they're like level 10 questions from from like a first grader.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. It's cool to see how their little minds work, and just.
I think that the younger generation are far more intelligent than really what people give them.
They're just exposed to so much.
Yes, yeah. But the way they perceive it is certainly not the way we perceive it, because our minds have been around a long time.
Yeah.
And sort of the children are so innocent with what they come out with and what they say.
Yeah, they're just not in that box yet.
It'd be nice if we could always stay there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's what I would love to achieve with what I'm trying to do, is just teaching kids to, go for what you want to go for, and be
and
creative.
Don't listen to everybody
no,
else.
No, you don't have to listen to what you think you should be doing, or what other people think you should be
asking
doing.
questions about, do you think I should do that? It's yourself. 'Cause everybody is, it's like our print, our fingerprint. Every single fingerprint in the entire world is different.
Yeah, it's you're unique.
So every person is different, and they are all unique.
Yep.
And there's no two, even twins, they're not alike at
No,
all.
yeah, and everybody has their thing that they can bring to the world. So
what made you gravitate to children?
So I've always, it's honestly, it's partly selfish, I guess, because I've always wanted.
Why not? You did what you wanted.
I did what I wanted, exactly. I've always wanted to write an illustrated book, and so I started with the first one. It was really a passion project. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it after I put it out, and my background outside of being an author and illustrator is in brand development and graphic design, so then I got just really excited about it and the brand.
Because you could use all your graphics and all the things and put them all together and make them.
It's come in handy.
So what did you make so different to everybody else and what they put out there? What did you sort of add to that?
So I really wanted to create a world. So, I started with Imagination Land, and I have another book coming out next year that I plan to do some other things with, and just expanding on really what I want to encourage.
This is a little bit of what and you did the designs for all this.
I did.
You did all these designs. They're rather unique.
Thank you.
Very unique. And they're a little bit different too, aren't they?
Yeah, I like the.
Look at that.
I wanted to bring kind of a different style of illustration, something that you're not seeing a lot of right now. So it's got a little bit of that hand-drawn quality. I think that's
So what makes you
Popular.
choose something that's not out there, that's different? Because how do you get yourself to that point?
Honestly, I just drew a lot. I wrote the story first, and then I started drawing to think about how I wanted it to look, and it.
So you kind of used the words
Yeah.
in what you had said
Yeah.
and made that into an illustration.
Yeah, I think part
How
of what.
cool is that?
Thanks.
That's very inventive. In rather doing, a lot of people would do the drawing first and then do the writing.
Yeah, I mean, and there's no wrong way to do it. That's just how I work
do
with
it.
this type of a book, and I think part of being an artist is trusting yourself to be able to create that story, and whether you do
Be
that
a little
through,
different.
yeah,
be
through music
yourself,
or
and don't be
writing.
afraid of being different, and don't be afraid of getting out there.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing this? Because she looks awfully young, so I'm not going to ask her age, because that's rude. They told me anyway. I don't know if it's rude or not. Anyway,
I don't care.
she doesn't care anyway.
Yeah, it's all good.
So how long have you been doing all this?
The first book came out in 2017. So
Oh, okay. So you've been doing it for a couple of years
couple of
now.
years, yeah.
Now, what has the response been? Where do you have this book?
So you can get it on BaxterTheDogBooks.com, or you can follow us on @BaxterBooks on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
It's also on Amazon.com. We're in Barnes & Noble, a few in town
really?
locally. Yeah,
Fabulous.
so it's been a lot of fun.
And what has the
online
response
stores.
been?
I think really positive. I mean,
Have you sold a lot of books?
I'm a local artist, so yeah, I mean, I think for doing it 2 years and really trying to build it from the ground up, I think it's done really well.
It's all yours?
Yeah, for now, anyway. I hope other people will continue to add to it.
Well, no, but I mean, it's all yours as of a company.
Yeah.
It's yours. And you're
Yeah.
going to keep it that way?
Lady boss.
Yeah, lady boss. But I don't think you need any partners for this because you actually do the creativity of it all. So you don't want to bring
Yeah.
another artist in at all. You want to keep it yourself.
Yeah, I'm always open to collaborations, but we'll see where it goes. But I do love it a lot, and I hope to
And what
keep
about Baxter?
creating.
Is it always going to be the Baxter kind of thing?
So I think this is a series, Baxter the Dog Book. So I think as long as I write in that series, it'll be him as the main character. He Imagination Land has some other characters in it,
Yes,
and
but
the
that's
next
okay,
book will
they
too.
add, yes.
But I do plan on writing some other books, maybe some middle grade books. I have a couple more picture books in mind. So
Oh, really?
Yeah, just gonna keep creating, keep making.
How do you create a book for somebody like 12, 13? Because they're still sort of, but they're a little bit more out there, a little bit more with the phones, a little bit more with internet, and
Sure.
a little bit more of a challenge.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be a new challenge. So
Yeah.
I am working on one right now that I think is going to be really great. I try to kind of lean on books that I loved as a kid.
Yes.
I love anything with magic or fantasy in it. I think we all want to kind of be immersed in some kind of magical world and come out.
It is a magical world.
inspired.
I often look at this world and wonder,
Yeah, come along.
how does it all happen and where is it going and where am I going now? What's going to happen to me?
Yeah, because you don't know, right?
No, I don't know in half an hour what might happen to me. I have no idea what I'm going to be talking about or doing on my next guest. How's that?
Right?
You know my next guest. So this one actually is called Back to Sweets and Treats
Right.
for kids and kids of Hart, at Hart. So that's another one. So what is this one, Sweets and Treats? Is that what you can give a dog or?
So what I decided to do, Imagination Land, Baxter Goes to Imagination Land has a lot of food-based characters because he's a dog, so
Yeah, he
I
wants to eat
figured
all the time.
he's going to want to eat a lot, and so I figured his imagination would probably be filled with characters that were made of food, so cheese and cracker flour guys and cucumber cars and things like that. So I thought it would be really fun to create a recipe book that parents could make the characters from the story and then eat them as snacks with the kids. And
Yeah.
there is one dog treat in there. So
There is a dog treat.
Just
in here.
one, yeah.
Just one dog treat, but it's all little. I mean, it's amazing how she's put this together.
Aw, thank
so
you,
the
I
next
appreciate
book
that.
is always is in the works.
it is in the works.
And when more do you think that'll be out?
I am crossing my fingers for February. So,
so you're
the-
definitely for next year.
Yeah, it's going to be February. I'm trying to time it around Reading Week. I've got a lot of really incredible teachers that support what I'm doing in the Valley. So
Oh, how wonderful!
Yeah.
So do you take a lot of your stuff to the schools?
I try to, yeah. I've been part of Reading Week since I started, and each year it's grown a little bit. So I hope with the new book coming out,
Wow,
and
isn't
then
that so you
yeah.
really have started from ground zero. I mean, you've really started from the bottom.
it's been a lot of learning. It's
But
been
isn't
fun.
that fun though? Now, do you have another job?
I do. So I still do graphic design and brand development. I own another company actually called Hart Creative. So that's my
And that's what you make money.
My day job, and then I
But
do this
that's
for the
yours
love.
as well, though.
It is.
And
yeah.
is that on the internet or where?
Yeah, you can find it. Yep, that one's on hearthousecreative.com.
Wonderful.
So, yeah.
So you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I guess so. Solopreneur, I don't know.
Whatever it is. But it's taken a lot of guts from you, a lot of
I
late nights,
appreciate that,
a
yeah.
lot of stuff. You know, 'cause
It's a
I know
lot of love, a lot of passion for
a
what
lot
I
of
do.
love, a lot of passion
Yeah.
for it. So I guess what the message really is that you've got to have passion for what you do, because then you stay. Like I was up to 2:30 this morning because I was doing, internet and
Right,
doing this and
editing
that
and-
and
yeah.
editing Instagram and Facebook. And I was getting so dizzy with the whole thing. But that's what we do.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
we have a passion.
You have to
that
love
you
it.
have to work at it. Yeah, you have to love it.
You have to
So
love it.
you absolutely love it.
I do.
Good, that's fine. Well, Jennifer is an inspiration for the younger generation
Aw,
of what you can do and how you can do it. She's an entrepreneur. She earns both. You make a living with your business, right?
I do.
She makes a living with her business, which is, that's what the younger generation are doing now. Do you feel the younger generation right now have a bigger opportunity because of the internet?
It really, you can learn anything at this point. So it used to be you had to go to college, you had to, and I'm definitely not saying you shouldn't go to college, because I think education is super important in every degree. I think as much education as you can get is possible.
Yes, okay.
But what is great is that the internet has opened this huge door for anybody. You can literally learn anything you want to learn.
Anything you want.
Anything.
Anything spelling or anything. You want to learn the pronunciation
or
of
different,
a word.
writing query letters for a book to try and get an agent, or trying to figure out how to run a social media
account. How to get
account.
an agent to sell the book. Where do you put the book on?
I
You
mean,
put it on
all of
Amazon.
that
Where
stuff.
else? So it's
All
a
of that stuff.
lot of hard work. So it's
a lot of research.
But you have to have the passion for it, a lot of research. But you have the tools there for the research.
Yeah, the tools are there.
The tools are definitely there.
Which is awesome.
Absolutely. Jennifer's amazing. I love that because she's an entrepreneur.
Thank you, too.
And she's young and she's going up the ladder and doing it very, very well.
Aw.
Next thing, I guess we're going to see her on Shark Tank.
Oh, jeez. That's a scary movie, and I don't know maybe.
I have, and you come walking on with Baxter, and we have the Baxter book club on the Baxter.
Oh my gosh. Maybe, who knows?
You know something?
Not ruling it
From
out.
my lips to God's ears. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon. Thank you. That's amazing.
So when I was a kid, like you guys, yeah, exactly as your friend said, I used my imagination to go places that I've never been. Me and my best friend would run around her backyard. She had these great big trees that we would run in and out of, and we would pretend like we were going to different worlds. We were dueling princesses, or knights riding candied seahorses, or running through a forest where trees would talk to us and give us directions. And so we would imagine these entire worlds, and that's really where I first got inspired to be an author and an illustrator, was when I was a kid, just like you, making up all those worlds when you're born, right? And so then I got a little older, and I started writing those stories down, and that's what eventually became Baxter Goes to Imagination Land.